Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the November 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Virgo. Please keep in mind, it is a general reading, so it may not apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this month's reading in regards to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. So do take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac signs, and see which video's title resonates for you most. With regards to the spread, I'll be pulling a a Celtic cross using the intuitive tarot and then getting further clarification using the Waite deck. So, Virgo, let's see what's coming up for you in the month of November. So just while I'm shuffling, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this growing community. And especially for those of you who've been sending me messages of well wishes, speedy recovery, healing vibes, love in general. I really appreciate it. As many of you know that I was pretty sick last week, so hence the delay in getting the monthlies out. But I really appreciate your support and your patience while I was recovering. So with regards to personal readings, you can find information for that in the description box below if you would like to book a one-on-one reading with myself. Okay, so I'm just going to get the key messages as always. We'll go into that and then we'll clarify afterwards. And I'm very curious to see what's coming up for you this month, Virgo. I feel like there's a lot of significant shifts taking place at this time. I mean, it's been the year has been chock full of change, right? Significant change, seismic changes, right? But I feel like in particular, November and December, there's going to be a kind of a crescendo moment towards that, a climax, right? So yeah, I'm really curious to see what will come up for all the signs when it comes to November and December, because it's going to be significant, I feel. Especially when it comes to the energies I picked up on the collective messages that I did, not so long ago. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. All right, let's get into it. So, with regards to your present circumstances, you have the Two of Cups, right? Two of Cups. So water energy. I feel like it's a case of you are coming into alignment with your divine counterpart. I really get that sense that this is a significant connection that's coming in for you if it hasn't already. Interesting. So we'll go into that as we clarify. Crossing the situation in the position of your challenge, you have the Four of Pentacles, okay? So I feel like this is earth energy, by the way. I feel like there is a tendency to want to pull back energetically, and you're being challenged on that. You're being asked to address that. What is it about this connection that makes you want to pull back? What is it about opening up, giving more of yourself that you're fearful of? Is it perhaps that you feel like you're giving too much too quickly? Are you afraid that it's not being reciprocated? So rather than it being about, you pulling back or you not pulling back, I think it's asking you to question, where is this urge to pull away coming from? Is it fear-based, or is it based in something that the person is actually doing or projecting or saying? So it's asking you to take a look at that, right? With regards to your recent past, you have the Three of Wands, fire energy. So I feel like for a long time you were seeking something more, right, in a connection. I'm getting a real sense that this is, your partnerships, your connections, your love interests, all of that is coming into focus at this time. Because especially, while we're still in Scorpio season, I feel like a lot of our relationship with relationships, the way we look at relationships, love, romance, connections overall is having a massive transformation. It's like going through an ego death of its own, right? And I feel like in the past, you know, you were yearning for something much more. You wanted a very significant soul level connection, and I feel like you found yourself in partnerships where it didn't quite meet that, right? You didn't feel like you were really vibing on that level, right? And that's very important to you. So I feel like you were always seeking that outside of yourself, right? But I feel like that's now changing. That you realize that the best thing you can do is actually, you know, be of that energy yourself, and you will attract it, right? So I think the approach has changed significantly for you, and that's why this is now coming in. With regards to your near future, you have the Queen of Pentacles, right, in reverse. So Earth energy, I believe this is strong Capricorn, but I could be wrong. Capricorn or Virgo, sorry, yeah, I believe this is Capricorn, right? So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, I have it in your chart, could be an Earth sign overall. Anyway, I feel like, yeah, again, there is I feel like this is you, right? Because this is your energy anyway, right? You know, Earth energy. But I feel like this is you actually pulling back. You not wanting to give your all to something straight off the bat. And I think it's because you're tired. I think you're tired of showing up and giving so much to a connection and not getting what it is that you deserve in return. So I feel like you are energetically holding back here, and that's why you're being asked to look at why it is that you're doing that. But I think it's because you're simply tired. You're just tired of feeling like you showing up constantly, giving it your best, giving it your all, you know, showing all the love, attention, and affection, and you know, you just sitting around waiting to receive it. So I feel like that's why this time around you're reluctant to do that. Now, with regards to your feelings, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, right? So air energy. I feel like you have a lot of healing to do still, right? But possibly that's why this connection is coming in, to provide a certain level of healing that you've not experienced before. However, I feel like you are doing the inner work. I feel like you have been working on this broken heart of yours. And I don't feel like it's necessarily as a result of one particular connection, although it can be. I feel like this is just heartbreak overall from just constantly feeling disappointed when it comes to matters of the heart. With regards to what's crowning you at this time, so the overall energy, you have the Six of Swords, right? So yeah, you are moving away from old thought processes, old perceptions, old ways of doing things, right? And perceiving things, old ways of communicating, old approaches, right? Again, like I said, I feel like, you know, when it comes to your relationships, you know, your connections with people is getting a massive overhaul at this time. And that's what's happening. You are coming away from one way of looking at things and doing things and approaching relationships to a completely new way of doing things. Because I feel like you value your inner peace and your peace of mind above all else. So that's why you're taking a wholly different approach, like a completely different approach to the situation. With regards to your advice, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Earth energy, again, right, your energy. So I feel like here, the advice here is to not go back and forth energetically, right? To dip your toes in and pull out, dip your toes in and pull out. This is where you're now being asked to question why, you were being asked to question why it is you do that. Now you're being told that, you know, it's not in your best interest to do that at this time, because you can end up sabotaging the connection. With regards to your external influences, so this can be places, people, places, people, situations, environments that you find yourself in at this time. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So lots of Earth energy, lots of your energy showing up in this reading, because this is all about grounding and tempering and, you know, taking a new approach, you know, changing how you energetically connect with people as well. So I feel like, yeah, this person who's coming towards you, it's taking its sweet time. They are taking their sweet time coming towards you. But they are serious. They are bringing something significant to the table. They are trying to form something with longevity with you. This is not something, you know, that's going to be over and done with within the space of a couple of months, right? That's why it's not showing up with the Knight of Wands energy, because this is something that they want to build gradually. And I feel like, to be honest, right, for the most part, I don't see them taking much action. There's more observation. I know that doesn't always come in with this card, but that's what I'm getting in this instance, that they're more a case of just observing how things are going and taking a step forward according to how they feel things are playing out at this time. I feel like they're also picking up on you energetically, pulling back a little bit, so that may give them a moment's pause. So you do have to be aware of that as well, because if you want this to come in, not forcefully, but more passionately, then if you're retracting your energy, then this person's picking up on that, and that's going to prevent them from feeling like they even can do that, right? So you have to be aware of the impact that your energy has on this connection and the person as well. You know, if you're wanting to see, you know, quicker results, pretty much. With regards to your fears, you have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're afraid that no one's going to be willing to go the distance with you, that everyone's going to give up too easily, or that no one has, you know, no one that's coming forward, or even this person that's coming forward, has the desire, the drive to go the distance, regardless of how difficult things may have been in the past or currently are, no matter what the obstacles are. You know, you're afraid that this is just going to get dropped, that you are going to get dropped again because, you know, it's too challenging, or that means they have to put more effort in than what you've seen in the past, right? So you're afraid of that. That's why you're pulling back, because you don't want to give it your all when someone else is only giving 10%, right? And you're afraid that, you know, they're just going to drop the connection because it's easier than putting the work in. Now, with your hopes, you have the 4 of Cups. So that's interesting, because that tells me, this is water energy, by the way, it's the first, you know, first of this suit that's come up in this reading, right? And I feel like, yeah, you are wanting to reject them before they can reject you. Because you're like, no, I don't want to go through that again. So you know what? I'd rather just see it coming, you know, this whatever is going to happen. So rather than just waiting to be dropped or waiting for things to go wrong, I'd rather know that it's coming so I can drop the connection first, right? So you're trying to not get too emotionally invested, so that, yeah, if this goes to shit, you're not as, you know, you're not back in this energy, right? Again. So that's why you're hoping that, you know, you can stay emotionally detached, you know, and that you don't, you know, that you can just kind of dismiss the connection. Which I don't think is ultimately what you really want, but again, I feel like that's more of your fears talking there. And then finally, as a potential outcome, the World. Significant, right? Significant potential outcome card. So this is it. This is changing everything. This is changing everything, you know? You could be very well dealing with a Leo or a Taurus as well, by the way. Possibly an Aquarius, right? But I just feel like, yeah, it's a game changer, you know? This is literally a whole new cycle. This is a whole new situation. It's completely changing, you know, what relationships, the connotation that relationships have for you, but you don't realize it yet. So, okay, so let's clarify anyway, because I feel like we're going to get some more juicy details as we dig in. So let's see. But Virgo, there's so much fear screaming from this, even though we don't have a lot of like fear cards on the table. There is a real sense of fear in this whole reading, you know, because this is a completely different situation. Like I said, this is not something that's supposed to be fleeting, right? This is something significant here that's meant to help you with your healing. It's supposed to change the way you look at relationships, right? And help you deal with this fear that you have around being abandoned, forgotten, left behind, betrayed, not getting the love and affection that you deserve and need, right? So it's meant to put all of that into view so that it can change this whole cycle around. I can see that with the World card. Like, this is a completely new cycle. This is not like what you've experienced in the past, right? But because of what you've experienced, you're not seeing it that way. You're seeing it as more of the same. So that's the issue here. But we'll see as we go into it, you know. We'll see. All right, so with regards to your present circumstances, clarifying the Two of Cups here. You have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Hermit in reverse. So we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, Virgo, that's you here with the Hermit. And you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So just give me a second to have a quick look at this. Yeah. Two very different energies, right? This is you, Virgo, right? And I feel like this is the person that you're dealing with. It's like they don't know how to approach you to deliver this message of, I want to be with you, right? They want to, but they don't know how to approach you because they're like, yeah, I have to be very cautious of how I go about this, because Virgo is not one, you know, it's not one you can blurt things out to. It's not someone who will just take anything at face value, right? But they don't know how to approach you, and they feel like that maybe this isn't the right time because they know you've been going through some things. You have some healing that you're still going through. So perhaps that's another reason why they're taking their sweet time and not necessarily delivering this message immediately to you or expressing everything they need to express, because they see that you still have inner work to do. There's still a lot of healing that needs to take place here, right? That they feel that perhaps you're not even ready for this connection yet, right? But if it's being brought in by the divine, which I feel like it is, it's meant to kind of push you a little bit out of your comfort zone and get you really looking at this seriously, right? But I feel like this person can see that you're not necessarily in the right space for this at the moment. So I feel like that's why they're not communicating all that they need to say right now, okay? With regards to your recent past, the Three of Wands here, you have the Queen of Cups, so that's Cancerian energy, so you could be dealing with a Cancer or have it prominent in your chart. And you also have the Nine of Wands, right? So I feel like this is you, to be honest, regardless of your placements. I feel like, yeah, you were waiting for someone to come and show you real love and affection, because you are always getting hurt, or you feel like you're the one that's always lacking, you know, getting the short end of the stick when it comes to relationships, not getting what you put out into the universe, right? Not getting it back. And I feel like you just got to the point where you're like, I'm not willing to settle. I'm not willing to take any more hits, right? And I don't mean physical hits, but emotional hits, right? I'm not willing to take that beating anymore. So either I get what it is that I deserve, or I just give up on it entirely. But I feel like you were waiting on this. Because you knew there was something more for you out there. You just didn't know what shape or form it would come in or when it would come. But I feel like it was just when you got to the point of giving up that this came in, right? That this person showed up. Now, And as I said, you may have already met them, or this person will be coming in this month if you haven't already, right? For those of you who I am picking up on. With regards to your near future, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Wands in reverse, right? So yeah, you energetically pulling back because you don't trust it. You think that, you know, this person is playing games, that, you know, sure, they're vying for your attention, right? Because I feel like there's more than one person vying for your attention at the moment, but you feel like it's just a game, that it's not going anywhere, that it's not leading to the Four of Wands, it's not leading to anything stable or anything, you know, with longevity. It's like there's no real promise of forever here, so why would I even entertain this? It's just more of the same nonsense, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Like, you just don't, you're not buying it. You know, you're not buying it, Virgo. So I feel like you're just, even if this person steps up to you and say, I'm in love with you, you'd be like, are you? Like, you just wouldn't believe them at all, is what I feel. But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a sense that there is more than one person wanting to approach you at this time, but you're not giving your time, energy, or anything to anyone because you just don't believe anyone. You just don't think anyone is sincere, right? Okay. So with regards to your feelings, the Three of Swords in reverse here, which is at the crux of all of this, to be honest. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Why is that not surprising? Especially with the Devil. You are sabotaging your own happiness based on the pain that you're still carrying from past situations, past mistakes, past relationships, betrayals, lies, right? It's like you want to free yourself from this and you are going through a healing process, but at the same time, you still fall back into these old detrimental ways of thinking, right? Of, oh, they're not significant, you know, they're not serious about me. They just want me for sex, or they just want, you know, a good time. They're not serious about coming together, right? This person just wants to lock me down and have me there just so they can do whatever they want and then leave me again, you know? Like, you just... Yeah, you have a very pessimistic outlook on love right now, which is a real shame, Virgo, because you guys are generally so loving, so available, you know, and you're so supportive. You know, you're very good at providing that unconditional love, just like Cancers, you know. But you're just, you know, it's like it's kind of like you stop believing in fairy tales. It's that kind of energy. Like, literally hear you saying, yeah, I don't believe in fairy tales. Like, there's no such thing as real love on that level. It doesn't exist, you know? So it's a real shame that you've got to that point with this because of what you experienced in the past. But hopefully this will change as you continue to heal. Now, with regards to what's crowning you at this time, clarifying the Six of Swords, because I do, like I said, I do get that sense of you're going through this to transform how you look at love. You have the Moon card here, Pisces, Cancer energy, the the Strength card in reverse, that came out first, right? Leo energy, and the Ten of Cups in reverse, so Water energy. So... some of you have definitely got Cancer placements or dealing with a Cancerian. But, yeah, I feel like... yeah, what you don't realize is that the divine brought this connection in to work on you heavily when it comes to how you perceive relationships, how you talk to yourself, how you think about relationships and this connection, because... you've just given up on the idea of love, happiness, happy ever after being a possibility for you. You've given up on it. You've given up on the dream, essentially, of settling down, for those of you who want that. And again, that's all fear-based. That's not based in, you know, reality. That's based in, you know, your fears, everything that you've shoved down into the shadow aspect from the past. And that's why it's all being brought out to the surface, to be purged, to be healed, right? So you've probably been going through a significant healing process at this time. A lot of inner work, I feel, but there's still more to be done before this connection can really take off. Oh yeah, I forgot the challenge, so let me quickly do that. So crossing the situation, the position of your challenge, the Four of Pentacles here. You have the Temperance card in reverse, the Sagittarius energy. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Earth. And the Seven of Cups, water. So yeah, you're basically being worked on very hard by the divine right now, because they're like, no, like, now is the time for you to, like, really consider what it is that you want, right, from a connection. Rather than focusing on what you don't want, think about what it is that you do want, because your time of being a singleton is over, right? It's done. Bachelor, bachelorette, no more. So you need to get very, very specific and very clear about what exactly you want from a connection, because you don't have a choice anymore. You can't pull back anymore. Love is here and it's coming in. Not as quickly as perhaps you would have liked in the past, because you do have some processing that needs to take place here and some purging. But as soon as that's at, you know, a certain level where you can really start to open up again, you know, that's when it will come in. But I feel like this person's energy is already around you, you know, energetically, you're already getting a sense of that. And I feel like they're coming in very, very soon. Definitely in the month of November, for those of you who've been picking up on. Now, clarifying the Two of Pentacles in your advice here, position of your advice. You have the Eight of Swords, okay? You have the Queen of Swords, so strong Libra energy here. Could be dealing with a Libra. And you have the Page of Swords in reverse, okay? So all swords, this is all your mental space. That's what needs really reworking at this time as well. Because ultimately, it's like you can't keep going back and forth, like dipping your toes in and running away again. Because otherwise, of course, you're never going to get to, you know, the point in a relationship where it really forms into something solid if you keep backing out of fear, right? Because the reality is, as much as you feel like, you know, you're stuck, nothing ever changes, you know, that you can't, there's nothing to look forward to, that there's no significant change, you know, that, you know, you can start trusting again and start believing again. The reality is, you know, it has to be a choice. You have to choose to open up again. It's like, yeah, it's not, you're not being asked to forget about whatever happened in the past. I mean, the idea of going through all that is so you learn some very valuable lessons, so you have the experience, the understanding, the knowledge, right? And so that you can use your discernment, but still be open to love, right? And that's the problem. I know sometimes, like, the shadow aspect of the Queen of Swords is not someone who's open to love at all. And I feel like you're kind of slipping away from the Queen of Cups energy into that energy. But ultimately, what you're being asked to do in this position, this is the ascendant version of the Queen of Swords, you're being asked to balance your energy, balance your thought process, not being so heavily into the negative, but try and bring things back into a neutral viewpoint, right? Be more positive, right? See the pros and the cons, not just the cons, right? And just balance out the scales. Know that, you know, you have your discernment, you have intuition, you know, and you just, you know, make sure that your head and heart is on the same page, right? Judge things fairly, right? Not based on what you experienced in the past that had nothing to do with this person, or, you know, even if it had something to do with this person, There may be other factors that you're overlooking. So being fair in your judgment, right, when it comes to the situation, so that it doesn't keep tipping you, you know, just off balance all the time. The next card, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles here in the position of your advice. You have the World card in reverse, and you have the 10 of Pentacles. So new opportunity indeed. I mean, this is the thing. You have the World card in the upright in your as a potential outcome, and you have it in reverse in the position of your external influence here, this Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is, this could very well be someone you already knew from before, right? But you've been at a distance from for a very long time. However, this person is now coming back around to give you what it is that you didn't receive in the past from them, right? So for some of you, this is actually someone you already know. For others of you, this is someone who, you know, is new, but, right? There's a certain familiarity when it comes to this person. Like, you just inherently recognize certain aspects of each other's character. It feels so homely and familiar, possibly because you knew each other in a past life. But I feel like regardless, this person wants to have the 10 of Pentacles with you. They want to have the family life, right? They want to settle down with you, you know? They really want to settle down with you. But it's going to take time, and they know it's going to take time. And ultimately, I feel like the reason why they're slowed down, I think they have actually slowed down, but they've slowed down. And the reason why they're mostly observing you right now is because as much as they want this, they know it's dependent on you as well. So depending on how you're behaving and acting and the energy you're putting out and the way you're communicating with this person, it's going to affect whether or not they feel they can even have this with you, right? So it's really important that you are aware of these things, right? Because you have a bigger impact on this situation than you realize. So clarifying the 10 of Wands in the position of your fears. You have the Tower in reverse, the Scorpio energy, the 10 of Wands again, so that's come up. Clarifying the 10 of Wands, so yeah. And then you have the 2 of Cups again. Oh my gosh, so much fear around love, Virgo. So yeah, you are terrified of being dropped, right? You're like, I'm terrified of giving my heart again, you know, being devoted to the idea of being with someone, you know, my divine, who I believe to be my divine counterpart, only to be dropped for a new situation elsewhere. And I don't want to go through it anymore. I've already been through this, and I really don't want to go through it again, right? I don't want to have to keep rebuilding my tower. You know, how many times do I have to start from scratch? So this is what you're terrified of. You're terrified of giving that chance and then going through the same shit again, pretty much. All right. Now, when it comes to your hopes, clarifying the 4 of Cups here, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles again, and you have the 2 of Pentacles in the upright. So we have a lot of the same cards, you know, repeating. And I feel like, yeah, it comes down to the same thing. No, I don't want to any part of this. You're hoping that you will have the ability that no matter how great it looks on the surface, you know, how appealing, how much it looks like it could be everything you ever wanted, you're hoping that you can turn this offer down, that you can use your judgment, right? Sorry, that you can get a feel for what the situation really is about, right? And whether or not it is going to cause imbalance in your life. And make a decision to, you know, reject the offer. It's like, I'm not willing to give my pentacle, you can keep yours. I'm keeping this for myself, right? So you're hoping you'll have the strength to reject this, right? Once you've, got a feel for this person, what the situation's about, you're hoping that, you've got the ability to use your discernment to get a sense of what is really being offered, what really is on the line, and make your decision based upon that. But you're still assuming here that this person isn't bringing a genuine offer. So you're like, no, if it's not genuine, I'm hanging on to my pentacle. But you're assuming that it won't be. So you're hoping already that you will be able to reject this, which is okay, I mean, you're within your rights to reject an offer, especially if you don't feel like it's the right one for you. But I don't feel like this is just someone coming in that's been brought in to help you. I don't feel like this is someone that's being brought in for no good reason, right? I feel like this is someone that's coming in with real intentions, right? Significant, they want the 10 of Pentacles with you, right? They actually want that. And I feel like maybe because with the World card in reverse as well, I get a real sense that this is someone that you tried to have this with in the past and it didn't work out. And that's another reason why you're so skeptical of giving it another shot, because you just don't see it working, right? You're convinced that it's going to be just like last time. So for some of you, it's definitely, someone that you already tried to form a relationship with in the past that it wasn't successful. For others of you, you're just getting a similar vibe to a situation that you was in the past. And that's what's giving you the impression, oh no, it's going to be exactly the same. But it's really not the same. That's what I feel. And then finally, clarifying the World card in the position of your potential outcome here. You have the Page of Cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is great. And you also have the 8 of Cups in reverse, which is awesome. So yeah. Sorry, the reason I'm laughing, Virgo, is because for all of this spiel of I'm walking away, I'm going to reject this, I'm not going to take the offer, I'm going to say no. I feel like when this person finally steps up to you and makes this offer, because honestly, I feel like they're going to really think about how they approach you. And I think when they make the romantic gesture towards you, you are not going to be able to say no. You are not going to be able to, as much as you're hoping you'll be able to when this person steps up to you, you're not going to be able to say no to this because it's just too good, right? It's too good to pass up, even though you really want to. You're not going to be able to because it's what you wanted. It's what you've been wanting, right? So, okay, that's interesting. I think what we'll do now, Virgo, is we'll go into the extended reading with this. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at how this person views you at this time and how they feel about you. We'll look at your feelings towards this particular person. We'll look at, what is likely to occur as well, in this connection, and if there's any advice with that, okay? So if you are curious to learn more about this partnership, this relationship, potential relationship, this connection that could be coming in for you at this time, you can find the link for the extended in the description box below. Otherwise, if this is where we leave the reading for you, I just want to say thank you for checking it out. I really hope these messages help and bring some clarity when it comes to, your fears surrounding love. If you would like, if you found it interesting, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, really sit with this one though, Virgo, because I feel like you are risking sabotage here. Sabotaging what could be a very powerful connection. So I think you need to do a little bit of processing on that. I do feel like you are going through a healing process anyway, but there's more work to be done here, specifically when it comes to this aspect of relationships. So sending you lots of love and support through that process, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.